team, where your chances of making the team are about as high as my chances of dating a supermodel, which, despite my contagious charm, are pretty freaking slim.
So what's the move, man?
Are pretty freaking slim.
This just affects our timing, okay? You just gotta keep working hard and be ready. Injuries, overhyped draft picks. Sooner or later, players are gonna wash out and they are going to call you. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Good. Remember, Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team and made fools pay for it the rest of his career. Use the draft day slight as motivation, a chip on your shoulder at the beginning of a long journey. And like every journey, this one begins with a single step. So your first step is to keep working hard. And we'll find you a home before you know it.
All right, man. I'm believing in you, bro. Make it happen.
You really?
Undrafted, basketball has been my life since day one.
Really duty.
What am I gonna do now? This can't be the end. Is my dream really dead?
Okay. I know you've been staying in shape, working hard on your game, waiting for your shot.
Yeah, so when's that gonna be? Because you told me not getting picked was a good thing.
It was. It was. This is America. Freedom of choice and all that good stuff. And that is why I'm here. Now is the time. Teams are able to offer 10-day contracts at this point, and I've been on the phone nonstop. There's some definite interest in you.
What's that mean? I get to pick where I want to go?
Whoa. It's not that easy, my friend. But there are several teams willing to give you a little tryout, see if it makes sense for them to sign you.
Listen, man. First of all, you're not my friend. You're my agent. And second, where's the list? Because I'm ready to play.
Keep in mind that these teams have varying levels of interest. If you want the 10-day deal, you're going to have to work a lot harder to impress some of these teams than others.
Man, I don't care about that. Where's the list?
Okay, here's the list. Let me know where you want to go, and I'll make it happen.
so I had to, I had to go poop. I could be the new Giannis, or I guess the early Giannis. What was going on in 2014? None of these teams were doing anything of note. Let's go be a Buck.
Spots available to each ag. So at most there are a few dozen or sometimes a few hundred using the cheat at a time for the nicer ones.
Clara! Hold on. Clara, give me 1 second. Clara, let me just message this girl.
Now, aimbots are cool and everything.
We saw your workout at the draft combine. We liked what we saw. Personally, I wanted to take you in the second round, but the powers that be overrode me. You'll be playing with the big boys now. You'll be running with the twos against the starters. Do me a favor. Sell out every possession. Loose balls, rebounds, hustle plays, running the break. Show the GM he made a mistake in not drafting you. It'll make us both look good. We probably got room for one more player on this squad. Question is, will it be you?
Oh, it's not a question at all. It's my spot. These other fools just don't know it yet.
How do I play this game real quick? Hold on. Is that Giannis? Oh, that's baby Giannis.
Yo, rookie.
Huh?
Some of my colleagues thought it might have been a fluke.
What?
So there's no way an undrafted rookie could be that good.
All right, so what do you think?
I think you can do it every day of the week.
You sound like a smart man.
And the smart man has some advice for you.
What's that?
Tell your agent to stay by his phone. That's right. If there's any way we can get you here, we will.
Eventually, they've been getting banned more and more, apparently, so I've heard, but I don't know how true that is. I actually know so little about the hack.
Move, man. What are you doing?
We got our foot in the door. The Bucks have offered you a 10-day deal.
Why not a year?
Because you're an undrafted, unproven commodity. But they saw enough to take a flyer on you. So you have exactly 10 days, 240 freaking hours to show that you belong. You perform, you got a shot at a guaranteed deal for the rest of the season. We both live to breathe another day. You don't, you got a shot at being last in a long line of might have beens. And I'm probably out on the street, too. Living in this rat hole.
Hold up. Rat hole? This is all I can afford because you didn't get me drafted.
Let's call it a charming fixer-upper. Now pack your bags. We're going to the show.
Yeah, boy. I'm going to the league. I got my foot in the door, and I'm going to kick this sucker down, man.
You better. I don't want to ruin any more suits sitting on these vermin-infested couches of yours.
Man, it's my house you talking about. Finally, I'm in the league.
You did well in the workout and in the scrimmage.
He's a baller. You give him a legit shot, and he's going to make the most of it. I mean, when it comes down to crunch time, there's no...
Philadelphia Fusion versus NYXL game on the third week. You will remember things were looking bleak for
10 days, my man. We'll see if he can swim with the big fish. If he does, he might have a shot to be signed for the rest of the year. Rick might even find himself a spot in the rotation. If not, son, he's back on the streets. You ready?
I'm ready, willing, and able, sir. You'll see.
Good. Get out of here. You too.
Just by simply existing as Widowmaker, Pine creates space for his team while simultaneously putting pressure on the opposition. The only reason this works is because the Fusion know to respect Pine's hit scan abilities. They know he's going to land hits consistently. The thing is, hiding around corners and taking advantage of the map geometry to stay out of line of sight of Pine only goes so far when Saviolby is on Tracer. They have to eventually get on point. All of this is more so amplified by the fact that Pine's Widow is being pocketed by Anima on Mercy. On this first point, all this
Got no need for the fancy things, all the attention that it brings. Tell me no, I say yes, I was chosen, and I will deliver the explosion. Can't say it's gonna get me far, do no good to say what you are. I run the streets and I break up houses, river runs deep and the flame devours it.
the Fusion had. On the second map, NYXL played around Pine, giving him the space he needed to do McCree things. He's playing a glass cannon playstyle, getting himself in the fray with high risk but high reward, relying on his mechanical skill and support from his team to get out of trouble. When NYXL gets around 85% on the point, Fusion decides now is the time to push. But Pine is already flanking them.
So you're the rookie that's gonna shock the world, huh?
Zenyatta is eliminated, and the Fusion is
Sure as heck gonna try.
Pine pushes in and gets
Good. I'm glad you're here. Just remember, it's all out there for you. Work hard, listen, watch how we do, and you got a chance to be something special. Now let's see what you got.
both your supports on the side of the Fusion. Behind the action on screen, Pine DMX Boko and dispatches Tracer, winning the fight.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm pumped. Let's do it.
It was too late on flanking behind, and the pirate ship was already set up. Pine spent the first point aggressive positioning Widow into fusion spawn. Picking Mercy first, then Zenyatta straight out of spawn. Pine single-handedly forced Neptuno to use his Resurrect early. Along with using his infrared sights, Pine effectively forced Fusion to avoid fully engaging or risk getting picked early like we saw with Mercy. Ultimately, Fusion takes the point. Pine remains Widow for the last point, solely to mirror Carpet. Fusion as a team performs NYXL at the last push and successfully makes it to the end.
At the power forward position, 6 feet 10 inches.
We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Hill.
You're up. Let's go.
Time to do my thing.
Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to the Bulls.
Yeah, it seemed to me their three-point shooting was their own worst enemy in that game, Clark. I mean, even their wide-open looks weren't falling.
Yeah, I'm sure when they think back on that game, Steve, their main regret is going to be that they didn't get away from
Steve, a big moment here. We get a glimpse coming off the bench of the first official NBA appearance from Strickland.
Sorry, that was gross.
Well, Clark, here's a guy with quite the story. Didn't get picked on draft day. Couldn't find a team until this point in the season.
Well, Kevin, you know, because of that, he's going to be playing motivated. Often events like that will give a player an added edge, and I don't think there's anybody in the building more motivated than he is.
That drops.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
The Heat trail by 3.
Well, you know, Chris Middleton, an isolation scorer back at Texas A&M during his college days, now is becoming more of an off-the-ball scorer. Got a solid mid-range game and getting it done inside and out.
Anderson, a screen on Mayo. Here's Wade. Rebounded by the Bucks. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, they were really in a funk from the field, guys.
And a momentous occasion, folks, as that basket represents the very first official NBA scoring tabulation from Strickland.
That's a basket he'll never forget. Guys, the only question now is how many more of them does he have ahead?
I know the answer to that one, Steve. A bunch. And it's not going to take him long to get him either. This guy can score.
Wade. Another miss by Wade.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Shorty, the pass to Walters. Launches it. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade. Miami trailer. Wade left side. A terrific shot on a turnaround. Wade's got 8 points.
The turnaround jumper, that was a thing of beauty.
Milwaukee has gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Walters dishes to Henson. To the inside. And Anderson slams it in.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Henson the pass to Strickland. Takes it off the glass. Shorty's got his second bucket of the game to go. Strickland showing no stage fright. He's really making the most of his opportunity. Wade kicks to Dang. And there's the feed to Cole. Back to Dang. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Strickland.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Expanding his range. And it's Miami with the rebound. Here's Wade. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Mayo into the lane with some arc, and it's good on the way in. Mayo's got 10 points.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest. He decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. The Bucks on top, leading by 3. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena.
Coming up this Thursday night, January 29th, the Milwaukee Bucks take on Nikola Vucevic and the Orlando Magic.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Napier. And then for Milwaukee, Shorty, he's checked in for Pachulia. Chris Middleton comes in for Parker, and it's Marshall in for Jared Bayless.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and have become just a huge draw around the NBA.
Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Josh McRoberts out there with Danny Granger, and it's Haslam in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the 4 for Miami.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Chalmers against Knight. Granger left side. Pass to McRoberts. Wade right side. Granger left side. And McRoberts kicks to Wade. Chance there to take the lead, missing. And now with the Big Three era coming to an end, Miami now perhaps one of the more hated teams around the NBA, but Clark, they are still at the forefront of the league's scene in the East.
And while they might have lost a bunch of the bandwagon fans, by no means is this team finished with being a title player. There's just too much talent on this roster. And for the first time in a long time, they might enjoy being viewed as underdogs.
The Bucks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
As a team, they're down there around 72% from the stripe.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Anderson, he's checked in for Haslam. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. And then for Milwaukee, John Henson comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Mayo in for Knight. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kevin, after LeBron James left, many assumed that Chris Bosh would follow suit and
sign up to LW Blue during their transition to becoming the New York Excelsior. However, due to age limitations, he had to sit out during the Overwatch League preseason. Instead, New York hid their fangs and had Libero in the flex support role. The New York Excelsior looked good in the preseason, upper level certainly, but not necessarily top tier. But then Jonak entered the
head to Houston, but Bosh said his heart was in Miami and he signed a 5-year max extension to remain with the Heat. Bosh said he harbors no bitterness towards LeBron and still feels the Heat have the infrastructure to compete for a title. We'll see, gentlemen.
Championship organization, Doris, but some work ahead of them, certainly. Thanks. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Pulls it up. Pass to Marshall. Here's Shorty. Feeds it to Mayo. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, I just, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Middleton the pass to Strickland. With 1 on the clock. Blocked. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Bucks lead by 2. Time now for the half.
Jonak is unnervingly accurate with his orbs, leading the league in Zenyatta hero damage for 10 minutes.
All right, fellas. Still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Dwayne Wade really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. You might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been.
And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail biter.
Yeah, it was tight.
Jonak utilizes Zenyatta's orb volley to burst down enemies from across the map, the value of which is massive. As with Overwatch, the team with the first pick wins 75% of the time. In the support slot wins games. An overlooked part of getting kills with the orb volley that Jonak utilizes is ending the volley with the Discord orb. With Discord, the damage of the orb volley is boosted by 30%, which can mean the difference between a poke that can be healed or a pick that can snowball a fight. Jonak has been almost prophetic with his volleys, hitting people coming around corners or flying in the sky. He also regularly utilizes the invincibility of Transcendence to save teammates from burst damage, or to body block enemies indoors. Losing people after your team pops Transcendence is the easiest way for a seemingly easy team fight to take a nasty turn.
The bad news is you played like a 50-year-old rec league bum, and we lost the game.
Comes from a place you didn't expect.
You're supposed to ask what the good news is.
What's the good news?
Good news is I don't think it's possible for you to play any worse.
Is this supposed to be making me feel better?
Nah, man. It's supposed to make you understand that it ain't just you. We all got work to do if we're gonna be something special this year. So put it behind you, learn from it, and move on. Cool?
While ignoring Jonak is about as valid as covering up a fire with paper. At this point in his career, it's fair to say Jonak has become a star of NYXL. And if they win the season grand finals, his name will go down in Overwatch history.
But a 50-year-old bum, though?
I mean, if the shoe fits. Come on.
Got knocked down and came back with a vengeance. This is the story of Jonak, a god who lives in the office.
Don't nobody speak to me no more. I wanna hear, but can't hear when you call. Do you really mean it, or have I just seen a miss upon? Whatever it is, it's bringing me to the boiling point. Hot and cold, wet and warm. Hot and cold. Let's just make one thing we can all have when it all breaks down.
There's a player who believes during the profile treatment. Let us know in the comment section below.
Now I hear you talking some nonsense, and I know it's peripheral and completely missable.
Cooper!
Nice than silence, and the outside I would otherwise be over here. Hot and cold, wet and warm. Hot and cold. I bet you hear when you
Few names in professional Overwatch carry the same weight as
Pine is on the scene.
the incredible rock star DPS of NYXL. Pine is without a doubt one of the most popular and skilled hit scan specialists in the entire world. From jaw-dropping team kills to seemingly impossible picks, or besting some of the most skilled players in the world in thrilling.
I mean, it's a pretty simple swap to make, you know, one day after.
The bad news is you played like a 5th-year-old rec league bum. And we
So instead they just tried to make Rusty for no reason swap.
yeah,
I can see why they would try it, but I don't think it was necessary against Houston Outlaws.
Right, so the second map, Houston managed to turn it around, right? Kings Row looked like to start with it, especially with Toronto on defense, and they had it pretty solid. They were holding just after first point pretty comfortably. Let's discuss that now as well. Linkster looked super aggressive, always rolling forward, looking for these fights. Shawful also seemed to be just as prominently featuring on the right side of the kill feed.
It was kind of surprising that the Houston Outlaws actually sort of finished the map, in my opinion, but they ended up coming through and blazing through with the time. It feels like they made some adjustments in this sort of meta matchup. You know, as we said, Linkster is playing more aggressive, but if I was going to make a difference, it would be hydration on the May.
Yeah, and I do think we saw Linkster play significantly better, like when it got into the OT, when they needed to just get on a point A and make a play. He's ended up being able to kill, like, I think 4 players there. So to see Linkster get rolling like that, it's good. Now it's probably like the worst thing getting like at halftime because he just starts to get hot and feels good. They win a map, and then he now just sits in the back.
There's something in that. I saw rolling up.
I saw.
Expecting Dante and Blase. Anubis, though. The Anubis is really good. So,
For real?
Damn.
I might. Why?
He's actually using the utility of the flashbang. Probably better than we've seen anyone else use it. Just in this map alone, he actually used the flash to set up multiple stun shatters. We're going to see another one here. He's hiding in the sort of like on the right here, hits the flash, gets the stun shatter, and they're hitting this multiple times. And it's such a good combo because it pretty much costs you nothing. Shatter is a pretty expendable ult to use, and here's him actually using it to camp.
Oh, come on, that was the lock. No, that was not. Come on.
Still using the utility. Well, maybe he saw hydration.
Johnny, look, I will say, I played a lot of Rhino, and you gotta be ready for those. Because you can't tilt your shield up, okay? So you can't block the flashbang. You gotta be ready for those, especially when you know the enemy Rhino has the shatter. You know that flashbang is gonna come out, so just tilt up. Okay, in fairness, tilt up.
It's like phase up, except the less positive version.
No, but just whether it be like a gift.
Okay, so the intent and the impact weren't the same thing, but regardless, he still gets stunned. Hydration still loses his May ult, and that actually starts to look pretty tough for the rest of the Outlaws there. Last thoughts? Takes this series from here, especially now with that potential two-fist combo coming in with Blase.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to deal with Blase on the Doomfist. We'll see if they can do it. I'm actually gonna stick with Toronto still. I think.
Where are you?
I think we're gonna see some Doomfist
Victory?
Victory! All of these versus Blase. I'm actually really interested to see if
There you are.
Let's stay with Toronto. I still feel good about it. Pick a team. Pick a team. I'm going Toronto. Yeah, I'm sick of my boys.
Oh, that's 3 for Toronto here on the desk. I'm sure the fans, yeah, take this to find the fans. I'm probably hoping to see them dominate too. We're already putting up predictions today, guys. I stick around. So before our watch party, and of course the very important first hero pool draw. See you then.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Cheez-It Groups. Deep flavor, deep crunch. It's a mic.
The slow boy at Publix irritates the shit out of me, but I feel bad that he irritates me. Because I know that he doesn't do it on purpose. Huh?
On stream.
Why do you... And now I'm a terrible person. Just be like that though.
They really do.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, I don't got nothing to say.
I still meant what I said though. I feel with that. Because he's really sweet. He's a really great guy. But it's just like... Ooh, man. Personal space thing, you know? That's it. Honestly.
What?
Legend of Soul Card. Download now. And welcome back. We are all tied up here in Houston, Texas. The Outlaws able to get a victory on Kings Row, but there's still a lot more Overwatch that has to be played before we can figure out who's walking away with a win. If you're just now joining us, you've been missing out on some crazy action, some pop-offs, but also some disappointing fans from that one. But it's okay. They're back in, and Houston's in the driver's seat. The question is, can they keep that win in their sails, push forward, or can Toronto Defiant turn this ship around?
They've got the momentum for sure. The question is, can they keep it? And I wonder if that will be the case. I feel like if Toronto loses this next map, the crowd behind Houston, I mean, they may just run away with this. When you have two teams that are so evenly matched in games like this, even though most people would favor the Toronto Defiant to win this series, when you have a crowd behind you, I feel like that energy almost flips the scale into the home team's advantage. That's why teams exist. That's why we have these home stands, etc. So I'm excited to see if Toronto can prevent that first win. But right now, I think Houston has all the energy behind them.
I'm excited to see if these changes that Houston is making are going to pay off for them, because we do have some substitutions.
That's right.
For the Houston Outlaws. DPS Duo is going to be swapped out. See Blase subbing in for Lixer.
Yep, and that's not the only substitution we are going to have. We will have Dante in as well over Hydration. And as we head into Horizon Lunar Colony, there are some questions about whether we'll potentially see Doomfist Sombra, the Hackfist, as it's so lovingly called, heading into a map where it is quite popular. Dante, one of the better Western Sombras last year.
Huh?
We'll see if he can continue that claim to fame as we go into this map here. You know, otherwise these substitutions just simply don't make sense. Hydration, despite some inconsistencies on the May last map, I don't think it was enough to sum it up. It wasn't performance-based. I think it was simply a specific Horizon Lunar Colony.
Oh, absolutely. We've been seeing so much dive on.
It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Milwaukee Bucks today. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Going to bring you the NBA right here on 2K Sports.
Let's go. You're in.
Dang, well time.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. At the 2 and the 3 are Mayo and Parker. John Henson out there with Pachulia, and it's Walter.
5 seconds on the shot clock. 5.
Chance to talk just for a bit. He's looking to even the score in this season series with a win of their own. He told me they can certainly play better than they did the last time, and said with their defense and shot blocking, they're planning to make matters difficult at that end of the floor. Kevin, let's see if they can lock them up.
Thank you very much, Doris. And the defensive strategy guys being heavily enforced by the coaching staff.
And that's in large part because of the talent they have on that side of the ball. A lot of length, speed, quick hands. They've got a lot of ability on that side of the floor.
Well, when you've got the horses, you've got to ride them and let them run. And defensively, they've definitely got some horses.
Gordon's checked in for Orlando. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star wearing the Magic uniform right now. The one they call Shorty with no shortage of talent.
Nate Walters.
The Magic trail by 9. Oladipo dishes to Vucevic. Poked loose. Outside Mayo. 1:57 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Cooper. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in.
Now, I'll tell you what, they've been a step slow here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they're allowing too many open shots. They've seemed a little sluggish to me.
Now, here's Oladipo. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Pass to Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Good on the 13-footer. Vucevic has got 6 points. There's 1:17 left here in the first quarter. Walters passes to Cooper, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Wasn't really the dream scenario that he wanted in his first game. He struggled at times, and of course his team lost as well.
And the one thing he can take to heart is that a lot of players have had rough starts to their careers. That's not uncommon. He'll just have to keep working to get better.
And that one's good.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Walters passes to Cooper. 41 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pass to Parker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hinson in the post. He's against Fry, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
And the Magic making a change here. Green's checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Chris Middleton's checked in for John Hinson. Antetokounmpo comes in for O.J. Mayo. And Knight subbed in for Nate Walters. Bayless has checked in for the Bucks. The Magic have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. That free throw good from Oladipo. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Cooper a screen on Oladipo. Knight passes to Cooper. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. And that's now 6 points for Shorty.
All the points these defenders are allowing inside is inexcusable. That's 5 baskets in a row, and they've all been practically lay-ins.
Yeah, they've got to harden and toughen up down there, guys.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Over Cooper. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Bucks lead by 10. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
Coming up next Monday, February 2nd, the Milwaukee Bucks take on Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Live from Air Canada Center, Hoops Action.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
This is a physical brand of basketball we're seeing so far. They're getting...
Oh, he's checked in for Jared Bayless. And Nate Walters subbed in for Knight. Gordon and Vucevic, the big men inside. Gordon out there with Victor Oladipo. And it's Harkless in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Shoots from the elbow, and he gets the jumper to drop. Cooper's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bucks.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Inside to Vucevic. Rejected by Cooper. And it's Gordon missing.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
No one near Mayo as he lets it go. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. Outside Gordon. Pocket 6, 11 feet away. That one rolling around and rims out.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costing.
No one near Mayo as he lets it go. And the wing jumper offline.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Passes it to Gordon. Rejected by Cooper. Tries yet again. The rebound by the Bucks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And guys, had their free throw shooting been anywhere near up to par, I think it would have changed everything in that game.
No doubt about it. I mean, there is a...
And we've reached halftime in this one. The Bucks on top.
Okay, that was some strong work in the first half. Let's talk about what we got to do to keep this crowd out of the game. First of all,
welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just on the Bucks with some changes. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for Parker. Bayless comes in for O.J. Mayo. And Knight subbed in for Walters. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Pachulia is out there with John Henson. Then it's Jared Bayless. Then there's Brandon Knight. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3 spot. Goes back up. And he sinks the layup. Pachulia's got his second bucket of the night.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Green, he's checked in for Orlando. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Cooper, he's checked in for Henson. The Magic trail by 18.
Zaza Pachulia signed last season to a 3-year contract by the Bucks. Some question the fit for a developing team with young talent in the front court, but he does give them that veteran experience and a little extra muscle inside.
Here's Antetokounmpo. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 5 now. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Green kicks to Fry. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burdick. Doris, what do you have?
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid Payton has some very noticeable hair on the floor. He said the story behind it is as follows. Me and my teammates in high school agreed we wouldn't cut our hair the entire season until we won a state championship. We wound up losing in the semifinals, but I liked what it was doing and just let it keep growing and growing. Guys, will it ever end?
We'll see if it does. Thanks, Doris.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
The drive by Green. Fry dishes to Vucevic, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Man. That's the way to work on D.
Gordon comes in for Channing Frye. Making a switch. Cooper's checked in. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the third. Here is Bayless. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Knight passes to Cooper. Kicks to Middleton. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the line for him here.
Chris Middleton taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Both shots good from the stripe. 11 seconds left to play in the third. And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic. Rejected by Cooper. Here's Bayless. Cannot hit. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge...
Coming up Monday, February 2nd, the Milwaukee Bucks take on Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Live from Air Canada Center, it's the real deal.
And let's take this chance now to show you... Orlando's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Tobias Harris. Then there's Gordon. And it's Oladipo in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Shot clock at 6. Gordon goes in. Second chance shot. He lays it in. Dedmon's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Magic.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Marshall passes to Cooper. Got a piece of it. Here's Dedmon. Left side Harris. And there's the feed to O'Quinn. Outside Gordon. Jacks up a 3. They grab their own miss. Milwaukee has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Here's Cooper. It's hauled in by Harris. For the Orlando Magic, they come in off a good outing against Memphis. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Down low, here's Dedmon. The rebound by Cooper. Cooper's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Bayless. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. The Magic have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Oladipo dishes to Gordon. Right side Gordon. Back to Oladipo. He feeds it to Gordon. And Oladipo kicks to Gordon. And the jumper is on the mark.
You talk so much about how valuable expiring contracts and draft picks are in terms of building a team, but one thing that gets overlooked is just how important having a player on a good contract can be. It opens up so many possibilities for a team.
Throws it up high. Here's Cooper, banked in off the glass.
They have to box out better than that. I mean, that putback is just another example of the difference between these two teams today.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Shot off the screen. Oladipo, good. With the talk of value contracts, if you get a franchise player and only paying him half of what is expected, Clark, that's an extra all-star player you can afford on your roster.
And I think that's the big payoff with it. So much of how a team is constructed in the NBA involves how close they are to the salary cap. So you'd like to try to get as many really good players as you can at market value, or in some cases maybe below market value.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bucks.
But they're rebounding. They've given themselves a lot of second chances, and it's really helpful.
And I'll tell you, the other thing that's been a factor is the transition game. They're scoring a lot of points on the fast break. Well, the old days of the dollar-for-dollar luxury tax are gone. The new, more punitive luxury tax really changing the way the league does business. Teams like the Knicks and the Lakers and the Celtics, high-revenue teams, they're not nearly as willing to go into that tax anymore. So it really has kind of leveled the playing field.
And Steve, you mentioned the new luxury tax, and Clark and I talk about it all the time. It's an incremental system. Clark, you know, it starts at 150% above the $15 million over the cap. The tax is 325%.
And Kevin, that's before you get into the repeater penalties. If a team pays the luxury tax 4 out of 5 seasons in a row, you tack on another 100%. Those numbers could even affect big market teams.
And that one misses.
You know, there are around 150 current NBA players with D-League experience. The developmental league, which started back in 2001 with 8 teams, now has 18. The structure has changed a little bit over the years, but I think you have to say that the D-League has become a big success for the NBA.
And he's good on the second.
And, you know, this season, the Knicks, the Pistons, and the Magic acquiring single affiliation with D-League teams, and that seems to be a trend. The Knicks and Pistons moving them close to White Plains, New York, and Grand Rapids, Michigan, respectively, looking to develop players within their system and get them back and forth quickly from their D-League assignments. Makes sense and looks to be moving towards more of the Major League Baseball model.
And of the 18 D-League teams, 15 are in single affiliation, Steve, with one NBA team. About half of those owned outright by their parent ball club.
Well, it's moving in that direction, Kevin, a place to develop talent and test out new methods. Wouldn't surprise me at all to see every NBA team with their own D-League affiliate before long.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up. The longer their perfection can continues.
And both free throws good for Ilyasova. The Magic have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Fournier, guarded by Mayo. Harris kicks to Dedmon. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Dedmon's got 5 points now in the quarter. Bucks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Mayo, the pass to Cooper. Connects on the open J. Well, guys, the D-League, a test bed for ideas that might, make their way to the NBA. And one thing we've seen there is a mission to get games down to 2 hours in length. They really want to shorten the length of these games.
Well, they've banned consecutive timeouts. They've reduced their number overall. The idea is to hold viewers' attention and provide time certainty for the broadcasters.
Marshall dishes to Ilyasova, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Time to turn out the lights on this game.
I think they deserve a ton of credit for the way they played here today. Truly a professional display.
Harris setting the pick for Oladipo. To the inside. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Oladipo.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
The Bucks have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Here's Marshall. Know what? And Orlando the other way now.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, dominating performance for Milwaukee.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark's fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And making the right plays when they needed to, closing out this club for the second time this season. This victory pushes their record to 2-0 with 2 games left to go against the Magic.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Shorty. You can set a tone with defense, and that is exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
Clock at 4. Here's Oladipo. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
This run probably just a case of too little too late.
But at least they're still going after it and playing hard. It would have been very easy to throw in the towel a while ago.
Into Ilyasova. That falls. Great assist by Marshall.
And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
And nothing you can do to salvage this one at this point. Game over.
Not anymore. Any chance they had is gone.
Oh, Quinn can't hit.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
Dedmon kicks to Harris. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
That's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Marshall passes to Cooper. Lets it go from the wing, and again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Well, the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way their home team played here today.
And they shouldn't be pleased. I mean, it's a very well-deserved win, Steve. They came into this building and weren't intimidated.
6'11", number 27, Zaza Pachulia. Starting at power forward, standing 6'11", number 31, John Henson. At the point, 6 feet 4 inches, number 6, Nate Walters. At the other guard position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 00, O.J. Mayo. The other forward, standing 6'8", number 12, Jabari Parker. Head coach of your home team is Jason Kidd. Welcome, everyone, to the Bradley Center. We're in downtown Milwaukee, the home of the Bucks, for an Eastern versus Western Conference matchup right here. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The road trip for the Blazers ends here as they leave for Portland right after the game. They come into this one very confident. They feel like this is a game they should win against a team that's struggling. We'll see if they can take care of business.
And Kevin, they know how to beat this team. We saw that in their first meeting. So we've got to see if they can do it again, sweep this season series and give that club something to think about.
Yeah, you know what? I expect them to come out and attack the same way, Steve. I mean, they did it the last time. If it was good enough then, why not now?
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Filling out the wings, it's Matthews and Batum. Aldridge and Lopez are down low. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. Mayo, that's good.
Could be the first of many mid-range jump shots we see from him today.
And introduced last season here at the Bradley Center, the new playing court. With the giant M's on each half of the court, it mimics details of the old pop art court they played on back in the 70s.
It's go time. Check in.
I'm on it.
Here's Lillard. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta. Outside, Batum. Parker with the steal. Pass to Walters.